positive vibrations. This is Body Culinary, and happy blessed Sunday. I thought I would just tap in real quick. It's been a busy day of classes and also being in the garden, transplanting some pothos plants and some other interesting plants here. I don't remember the names of all of them. But we're in the garden today, and I thought I would come in as I decided to moisturize my hair. So I'm going to talk about I'm going to moisturize my hair. Sometimes people ask what I'm using to moisturize my hair, and I like to use food, um, the things that I eat on my body. Actually, if I can't eat it, I don't really want to put it on my body, with the exception of there is a what do you call it? They say natural, but a non-toxic nail polish I'll use on my toes from time to time, and I will use this actually a really wonderful vegan mascara I got after I was chefing a retreat for Chef Aki in Belize. And that's actually a really nice. I got some nice things in a grab bag from there. But pretty much I like to use food, which I have found is not toxic and works as my budget because I had to pay for the food anyway. And I can also eat it. So I can eat some and I can also put some on my hair and on my skin. So that's what we're working on today. So today, I don't know if I'll close this out, but this is real simple. Um, from time to time, I'll just braid my hair up lightly so that I can exercise and get out in the garden and not really have to think about it. And yeah, if you're new to this channel, welcome on Body Culinary. Professional chef, personal trainer. I have a focus on whole, fresh living and unprocessed foods. If there's any processing, it's a minimum, and you do it so you know exactly what's going on with your food and what you're putting into your body. And that is a lifestyle for me, not a diet. And I've been on this journey for over 35 years, and I love it. And I wouldn't say I grew up necessarily healthy, but I have an African American and Caribbean background. Both sides of my family can really cook and burn, so I got my hand at seasoning food from my grandmother and my mother. And even though I went to culinary school, I would say my sense of flavor comes from my family. And so if I did not really enjoy my food, I don't think there's any way that I would be able to maintain this lifestyle. I have a little flower in my hair. But anyway, that's what we're going to chat out today. Like, comment respectfully, and subscribe. Right, on this channel, I share some of my journey of radical self-acceptance, and what that looks like is really celebrating and being creative with the features I have been divinely assigned. Woo. And I would have to say my hair has a little bit of length on it. I can see where I always get like a natural haircut where I may trim it or just let it break off because I let them combine. But I'm not twisting, I'm not oiling. And this makes for easy massage and hair that is conducive to exercise. So I can sweat it out as much as I like. No problem, it doesn't hold scents. And today I'm using fenugreek, right? This is organic fenugreek that I find the color is different and the texture feels a little bit different from the conventional fenugreek. So I just boiled it like a tea, which starts to become a little gelatinous. And this is what I'm using. So usually I will use nopales, which is in the yard. I have aloe in my little garden. We have rosemary. We have some sage. My sage is struggling right now. Rosemary. Did I say aloe? Loads of aloe. Fenugreek is one of the herbs in the kitchen. And I haven't, I have some roses I've been striving to grow. They're little roses, but I've been striving to grow them to make my own rose water because I just have this thing. I think it's a beautiful process to be able to grow and to nurture the plants that you're going to eat and that are going to become a part of your body. Right? It's very relaxing. That's why I say it's a lifestyle. Ooh, this feels so good. Do you always want to wait for somebody to massage your head? No, you can massage your own head. So I have easy access to my scalp because I'm not twisting it. I don't have a whole bunch of oil. And I would have to say my scalp doesn't feel dry. The hair is dry as in not wet, but it's not brittle. And if I'm ever out in the sun, and sometimes I don't cover my hair, which I have to get better about, then I can always add the fenugreek. Today I'm using fenugreek. Now, polish is one of my favorite, and then I think I have a craving to use some aloe. So anything eating, I'll also put it on my skin. So I can take the aloe, which I'm going to take some later, out of the yard, and I'm going to eat some, and I'll put the rest to the side so I can eat or slash drink some. I can put some on my face and then put some in my hair. And so I start from one little teeny tiny piece of aloe. Now I have at least over 1,000 aloes in my yard from that one little piece. So that's the fenugreek tea, which has a little bit of a gelatinous kind of texture to it, and it's a little bit brown too. Always check it. It has like a not caramelly, a kind of fenugreek not fenugreek, maple syrup. It has a kind of maple syrup kind of scent to it, and it's very pleasant. And I actually find the fenugreek, similar to the nopales, has a good amount of slip. And so this is water based, so this will rinse out of my hair very easily because I don't prefer a lot of products in my hair. Any products really. Just food, tea. Either I'll make teas in the kitchen, pull some herbs out of the yard, and that's so sustainable. And it is that piece, the other aspect of, I don't know, something in a ritual of handling and growing the things that you're going to use on your body. It has a whole feel to it that's very relaxing. So this is water based, right? For me, just boiling or simmering the herb. So I can rinse it right out with water. So it feels really nice. And then use it up. When I first make it, I drink some. And that's I get a kick out of that, making something I can drink. Even some of the vegetable juices, I like to drink it and then put some on my face and on my hair. That's easy breezy. This feels really nice. I like the feeling of the slip, right? And it's, you know, you hear online these about water-based products. Well, how much more of a water-based product can you get than using an herb that's from your own kitchen? So I would have to say now, because sometimes I was like, oh, I don't have length. I have a little length. And maybe this year, I don't know, maybe it might go down to my butt. Who knows? I don't like to sweat, or maybe, you know, I don't like to get too attached or even think about it too much. I think it's a good thing to forget about your hair, right? It's really low maintenance. An interesting fact I found out recently on one of these hair science channels is that the newer hair, right? If you're ever studying high porosity, low porosity, I do have hair where the moisture can sit on the top of the hair and it takes a minute or even massaging it for it to penetrate. But I learned that the newer hair that's coming out of your scalp, it's more likely that that hair, whatever your porosity is, the moisture is going to sit on top because the shaft of the new hair is more intact. I thought that was an interesting fact. So this feels really nice. Just to smooth it on my hair because of the slip. It's not heavy. It's got a little bit of slip. And this is just from boiling or simmering. Not boiling, but really just simmering the herb. Straining it off really good. And that's it. And so my hair is very delicate. It's very fine. Somebody was saying the other day I had curled my hair, which I don't do all the time, but I felt like being a little curly girl. And I curled it. Somebody said, your hair is so thick and luscious. And I had to laugh because I have fine Afro textured hair. So this is an option. And maybe even perhaps in particular for women that are maturing and that are concerned about holding on to the hair that's on their head. I don't have the only perspective, but what I observe is women, you know, getting a panic about our hair, and we start looking desperately for, I think, for sister locks or braid locks, which makes sense because it seems to be one of the styles where it's very light and doesn't have a lot of products, right? So the hair can be light and fluffy and it's less tension on the scalp. Yet the application of either crocheting it together with fine hair, I think that's a lot of technical or mechanical damage. But it seems a lot of the techniques for putting these things in are damaging if you have very, very fine, delicate hair. Like I figured out years ago, my hair it does not like a lot of handling. So every now and then I would used to smooth it with a brush, you know, just to give it a certain kind of look. But now my hair does grow away from the scalp. I just take a piece and stick it in at the root, and that's it. And I smooth it down a lot. But this is the hair that did not like perms. So to try to force my hair to take a perm, I would wind up with chemical burns on my scalp, and that has happened to me as a little girl when I begged for a perm. So easy breezy hair means like literally, even though my hair's not loose natural, smoothing it a lot with my hands, which is very relaxing, kind of just like nurturing, caring for yourself and your hair. It's got slip. That's it. That's the maintenance. So this dries really quickly, and I find between this, either the nopales or the tea, with this little fenugreek on it, and sleeping with one of the satin pillowcases that's on my that I made to put on my pillow because I don't like to tie my hair up. That's it. It's good for my hair and my skin. Those are simple things I can do. I like what is simple and sustainable. So that's pretty much it. I'm just smoothing the hair. That's it. So, you know, if my hair was loose natural, I would be finger detangling. But to be quite honest, ain't nobody got time for all of that. Once the hair, if you have very fine hair, gets to a certain length, it is a bit more of a challenge to detangle it. You can do it now, and there are more tools available. But I'm all for ease and simplicity and relaxation. So I can take more time and energy and spend it in the garden and spend it on my movement practice and spend it on making beautiful, healthy food. So that's it. Soothe it in the middle, soothe it in the back. That's all the hair really can take. Soothe it on the sides. Oh, that feels good. And that's it. Easy breezy cover girl. Not much to do. So again, it's just the fenugreek, right? The tea that I made, I put in a squeeze bottle, so there's no preservatives in it. So I'm holding this inside of the refrigerator. I would also say the other thing for the hair is like people focus so much on the products for the mechanical handling of the hair. But I would say one of my top things is exercise, like focusing on healthy circulation. If you are stagnant in your body and in your blood because everything that you're eating is clogging your blood and making it very thick and viscous, and you're sitting down a lot, then if you don't have good circulation, how can your head is here, everything is flowing this way, or your heart's pumping your blood throughout your body? How can you get sufficient nutrients to your scalp if you don't exercise? Call me simple, but you know that's simple. It doesn't. I don't know. Sometimes it seems like there's so much distraction. We buy more and more and more products, but we're not exercising. That doesn't make any sense to me, right? This act movement it feels good and is sustainable in any kind of environment, no matter what kind of budget you have. More so than products. This tea and the nopales, something I can pull out of my yard, that's sustainable. It's low stress. I call it restful styling, right? And some of us need a rest, a physical rest, a rest from mechanical damage, on the mechanical, all the over mechanical handling, and the psychological rest, right? This is what the hair is. This is what it does. So it feels nice and smooth. I can see what my actual color looks like, but I'm not putting a lot of stuff. I see some little grays coming in, so I'm going to embrace them. Yeah, that feels very nice. I can massage my hair whenever I want to without a whole bunch of grease and oil all over the place. Ooh, it feels good. And that's it. So, how many things that you're putting into your or onto your hair and your skin can you eat? What is the percentage? Let me know in the comments. How much of what you're eating, right, goes on your hair and skin? And for me, I would say the top beauty products are my food and movement. That's it. And also the garden, right? Because the garden is relaxation. Stress can make your hair fall out. So a lot of people are like, why my hair fall? Other than the stress of pregnancy, just stress. A lot of people have lost people these last couple of years, but just high stress, worrying about finances. That can make your hair fall out. If we would just sit down and think about that, that says a lot about how our bodies are responding to stress. Also, science says and studies show that we are suffering, especially women, from an exponential amount of autoimmune diseases, right? And a lot of it is coming from stress, right? Overextending ourselves, over promising, drawing blood from a rock, like we're going to get brownie points in heaven for depleting ourselves and making everyone else happy. But if you don't have time for a movement practice, or aka exercise, and to make healthy food, then what are you doing? right? It's easy to sedate ourselves with the internet. That's what it's designed for, right? And as we sit here, everything you type and click on, you get more little messages that keep catering more things to entice you, seduce you to sedate yourself. But the garden is a different type of soothing and relaxation. So I invite everyone, if you don't have a space, find a community garden. If you're looking for excuses to do something, you can really find them. But ease and comfort. I'm prioritizing the ease and comfort. I'd rather put other energy towards food in the garden, right? Food security, but also that deep relaxation people are looking for, right? You think you can just read a couple of books and that's going to give it to you. It's not enough. It's not enough. Not enough. So, I'm inviting you to create a great rest of the day on purpose. I am done. This is light and fluffy. That's all I'm doing. I don't have to do much. I'm not trying to do a whole lot. I want to spend time with the garden, my food, maybe laying on the floor to take a nap as I listen to some of these birds out here. And that's good enough for me. Inviting you to create a great rest of the day on purpose. Get some good rest. Hopefully, I'll see you in 5 a.m. for the 5 a.m. workout. If you're interested in training with me, a full training, which is every day on Sundays at 2 p.m., we have coaching. If you're interested in coaching, Whole Fresh Living Foods and Fitness as a lifestyle. And more coaching is going to be coming up because I have a lot of folks that ask me questions. Um, yeah, and I'm going to be sharing just from my perspective, hopefully some insight that could prevent some folks coming behind me from making some life altering poor decisions from following people on the internet. All right, see you all soon. Create a great rest of the day on purpose. Like, comment, respectfully, subscribe.